My name is William. I'm 21 years old. I live in Sweden and I have my own business that I started 1 year ago. And I have had speech issues for almost my whole life. And that is why I took this course. First time that I stumbled upon Anna's videos was about 4 years ago. And about 2 years later, my sister took this class, and then I realized that it was not a scam that I thought at first, because I thought that it was too good to be true after all the lies that I have been told about this issue. When I realized this, I needed to come up with a way to make money so that I could take this course. And I then created my own business to make the money. I really don't believe in this mainstream idea about stuttering, that it's like a disease. So that's why I believe that your approach is very good to solve this. In a very natural and simple way. I think the whole healthcare system is sick and only driven for money, monetary gains. And so I want to do everything I can to stop that. And that's why I started now to be very interested in health. I made one phone call to my mother a while ago. I thought the phone call was very accurate and I felt very comfortable speaking with her. Ja, så då vill de eventuellt att jag ska sälja till alla deras restauranger då till sommaren. Ja. Nej, så då kommer finnas kanske i Stockholm, Helsingborg, Malmö, i Göteborg och lite överallt i Sverige faktiskt. Absolut. Tack så mycket. Puss och kram. Får det så bra. Hej då. I think it went very well. I thought 100%.
Did you enjoy communication with your mother?
Yes, a lot more than before, but it... Tjena. Ja, jag sitter nu vid kärnan. Det är därför jag svarar.
Okej. Du så?
Ja, precis.
Men då så?
Kan jag ringa dig nu i så fall?
Ja.
Absolut.
Ja, okej. Ja.
Tills sen.
Det är jättebra.
Emilia, kan du ringa mormor? Att hon ringde mig precis nu. Okay.
Explain what just happened.
I just redirected my focus. Instead of speaking to you, I spoke to my grandmother. When I was in school, I started to have issues with speaking.
How old were you at that time?
Maybe 8 or 9. Around this time that I started with medication from my so-called ADD. That made me very quiet. All I remember is going to the doctor and getting these medicines, or not medicines, I mean drugs. But these ones were making me extremely alert and energetic in a very bad way. It made me very stressed and I felt like I had so much energy inside that never came out. So if you imagine drinking like 10 cups of coffee, extreme energy, and when it gets stuck, I feel like that had a negative impact also on my speech. And I remember my teachers recommending me to go to a speech therapy, but I did not like that, so I only went one time. I remember sitting there talking to her, and it did not feel good to be there. Something told me that it was pointless. It would give me nothing. Later in life, I remember stuttering or having problems with my speech when I did presentations in front of the class.
When do you remember you started avoiding speaking?
Maybe 7 or 8 years old. It was around this time when I started with this medication, because before it was the opposite. I was the most social person and I was the most extrovert, and after this I received very negative feedback from the teachers and my parents, and everybody told me that something was wrong and I need to change. And so I became very introvert and very quiet. I took these pills for maybe 8 years, very many different types. So one was Ritalins, and then sleep medication, and then antidepressants. And then they even gave me medicines for sleep that were antipsychotic. One side effect of the medicine was that you get tired. So I received them just to get some sleep. But it was an antipsychotic medication, even though I did not have any psychotic tendencies. I had a lot of health problems. As I took the drugs, I developed something called chronic fatigue syndrome from the age of 12 to 16 or 17. I felt so tired to 20 years old.
Did you do anything else to help your speech?
I was about 16 years old and I went to a speech therapist. They told me to speak slow and to do exercises with breathing and things like that. I went from 16 to 17 and I had perhaps 1 or 2 years break. And then I tried another time and went for maybe 3 or 4 months this time.
So basically you went to speech therapist 3 times, right?
Yes, 3 times.
3 times.
But first time was only a few minutes. Second time was about 15 to 16 or 16 to 17. And then I went when I was 18. I went for about a few months. It was the same place, but not the same speech therapist. So that's why I decided to try one more time, because it was another person, but it was the same things that they were teaching, because they had the same education. They think something like physically wrong with you. I think the course is very good. It is what's necessary to regain your ability to express yourself after not knowing it for such a long time. I don't think you can do it that easily on your own. I think you have so much muscle memories that tells you to do the wrong things. I don't think that you can notice yourself all these errors because you don't really know. And if you don't know what you are doing wrong, you can't really change the things. I recommend all the people that have issues with the speech to take this class and to try to collect money for this class, fix all the problems that you may have with your speech. And I think you have to be open-minded. There are a lot of misinformation and a lot of lies about these things. To not listen to the so-called experts like doctors, speech therapists, teachers and things like that. Just because someone is in a position of so-called expertise or power, it doesn't mean that they know what they are talking about. I think it's very, very difficult to deal with these issues because it almost forces you to avoid social interactions and a social life. I felt very angry about it. I felt very trapped and embarrassed, of course. Thank you so much for this course and for helping people with their speech and express themselves. I know now what to do when I speak. Great. Bye.
Bye-bye.